When your cat begs, then walks away, does your cat ever beg for food, only to sniff it, nibble a little, and then strut away like they're reviewing a 5-star menu? And just when you think you've solved the puzzle, they're back again. Same pleading eyes, same tiny meow. As if you didn't just serve them a gourmet feast. It's easy to dismiss this as your cat being picky. But what if there's something deeper going on? What if this strange little behavior is their way of communicating something more important? It's not about hunger. It's about love. Sometimes, when your cat asks for food, they're not actually hungry. They might sniff the food, flick their tail, and walk away without taking a single bite. And you stand there wondering, are they unwell? Have they suddenly decided they hate their favorite meal? Maybe you even dash out to grab another flavor, hoping it does the trick. But here's the twist. Begging for food might not even be about food at all. Cats are creatures of routine and strategy. Cats are clever. Really clever. They figure things out quickly. If they meow and you give them food, they begin to associate that meow with a tasty reward. Over time, they learn that vocalizing gets your attention. And often, it's not the food they want, but the attention itself. Play over portions, replacing food with affection. Some cats will clean their plate every single time. Others just want a response from you. In fact, a study by the University of Vienna found that cats often interpret food as a form of affection. They understand that feeding is your way of saying, I care. So, when they meow, they're not always hungry. They just want to be noticed. And the more we reward that behavior with food, the more we train them to keep asking. Instead, try responding with chin scratches or a quick play session. Over time, they'll learn that love doesn't always have to come with a side of tuna. Is your cat bored or really hungry? Let's be honest. Haven't we all opened the fridge just out of boredom? Your cat might be doing the same. Cats, no matter how domesticated, are natural-born hunters. They're hardwired to chase, stalk, and pounce before they eat. But in a modern world where their food magically appears in a bowl, that entire instinctual ritual is lost. It's no wonder they feel disconnected from their meals. Food quality matters, what they like vs. what they need. Another reason they might walk away from their food. The quality. Not all cat food is created equal. Some are packed with fillers and artificial flavors that your cat might just sniff and reject. Even if they can't read the label, they know what they're eating. And if they've had that same flavor for days on end, they might simply be over it. Sometimes, your cat just wants something new, just like us when we're tired of eating leftovers. Change the flavor, change the mood, try mixing wet and dry food. The change in texture might be enough to reignite their interest. Or rotate through a few flavors you know they like. You could even cook up some plain chicken or beef, let it cool, and mix it into their food. Add a splash of broth for good measure. These little enhancements can turn a boring meal into a mini feast. Location, location, location. Bowl placement stress, so you've tried everything. New flavors, better textures, gourmet toppings. But your cat still isn't eating. Maybe it's not the food at all. Maybe it's the location. Cats are both predators and prey. When they lower their head to eat, they feel vulnerable. If their food bowl is in a high-traffic area, surrounded by noise, smells, or even the family dog, they might feel too exposed to relax and eat. Dental discomfort. Pain that affects eating. Now let's talk about something that might not be visible at all. Pain. Specifically, dental pain. If you've ever had a toothache, you know how miserable eating can be. Your cat might be experiencing something similar. They might favor wet food and ignore kibble because chewing hurts. Or they might paw at their mouth, drool more than usual, or avoid food altogether. These are signs it's time for a trip to the vet. Hidden illnesses. When to see a vet. Sometimes the issue goes beyond the mouth. Certain medical conditions affect metabolism and hunger cues. Your cat might beg constantly, even though their body isn't absorbing nutrients properly. Or they might feel nauseous, making food unappealing. If you notice weight loss, fatigue, or other unusual changes, take it seriously. That constant begging without eating could be a sign of something bigger. Whisker fatigue, a surprisingly common issue. Now for one of the weirdest reasons your cat might walk away from their food. Whisker fatigue. Sounds funny, right? But it's real. Your cat's whiskers are incredibly sensitive. They're packed with nerves and help them navigate their environment. When their whiskers brush against the sides of a deep food bowl over and over, it overwhelms their senses. That's why some cats eat only from the center of the bowl and leave the edges untouched. Try switching to a shallow, flat dish. You might be surprised how much of a difference it makes. Understanding the feline mind around mealtime. So what's really going on when your cat begs, sniffs, and struts away? It could be love. It could be boredom. It might be health, texture, or simply the mood of the moment. But understanding these tiny behaviors gives us a deeper look into our feline companions. They're not just picky. They're complex, emotional, sensitive creatures. And they're always trying to tell us something. We just have to learn how to listen. If this helped you understand your cat just a little better, make sure to give this video a like and share it with another cat lover. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating feline facts. Because there's always more to discover about the tiny tigers we share our homes with. The fancy feline food dilemma. Does your cat ever beg for food, only to sniff it, nibble a little, and then strut away like they're reviewing a 5-star menu? And just when you think you've solved the puzzle, they're back again. Same pleading eyes, same tiny meow. As if you didn't just serve them a gourmet feast. Is this just your cat being picky, or could there be something deeper going on? Well, it turns out this isn't just about food. It's about feelings, behavior, and yes, some health surprises too. Stick with me till the end, because we're about to uncover everything your cat might be trying to tell you without saying a word. Love me, don't feed me sometimes. Your cat doesn't want food. They want you. It's not about the bowl or what's in it. It's about attention. If every time your cat meows you give them food, they're learning that food equals love. And while some cats will gobble it down no matter what, others just want you to notice them. They'll sniff it, then walk off. Not because they're fussy, because they're fulfilled. A study from the University of Vienna shows that cats associate feeding with affection. So, next time they meow, maybe give them a chin scratch or a few minutes of playtime. Over time, they'll understand that love comes in more forms than kibble. Boredom munchies, we've all done it. Checked the fridge for the 5th time in an hour. Not because we're hungry, but because we're bored. Cats aren't so different. They're born hunters, wired to chase, stalk, and pounce. But a bowl full of dry food doesn't offer much of a thrill, does it? That's why some cats beg, sniff, and walk away. Their instincts want the hunt, not the handout. Try hiding food around the house or using puzzle feeders that make them work for their meal. It turns feeding into a fun challenge. And they'll eat with purpose. Gourmet or garbage, let's be honest. Some cat food just isn't very good. Your cat can't read ingredient labels, but they can smell quality. Low quality filler, heavy food might seem fine to you, but to them, it's basically cardboard. Even high quality food can become boring if it's always the same flavor. Cats crave variety, just like we do. Rotate flavors, mix textures, and maybe even top their meals with a little cooked chicken or broth. Small changes can bring big results. Not here. Not now. Sometimes it's not the food, it's the location. Eating in a loud, busy kitchen where the dog keeps sniffing around. No thanks. Cats are cautious by nature. If they feel exposed, distracted, or overwhelmed, they might refuse to eat no matter how tasty the dish is. Try placing their bowl in a quiet, low-traffic area. Somewhere they can relax and focus on the food. And hey, tossing in a t-shirt that smells like you can actually comfort them too. Your scent is like home. Tooth trouble? Now this one's serious. If your cat used to eat normally but suddenly starts refusing food, or only eats wet food, it could mean their mouth hurts. Toothaches, gum infections, or even just old age can make chewing painful. Watch for signs like drooling, pawing at the mouth, or bleeding gums. If you see them, don't wait. A vet visit can uncover issues before they turn serious. And remember, even after recovery, a cat might avoid food that once caused pain. They remember feeling unwell, begging for food, but not eating could be about more than their mouth. It might be their whole body. Cats are experts at hiding illness, but a change in eating behavior is one of the first signs something's wrong. Conditions like hyperthyroidism, diabetes, or digestive issues can confuse their sense of hunger. They feel hungry, but eating doesn't help. Or nausea could make them beg 1 minute and ignore the bowl the next. If this happens often, especially with weight loss, call your vet. Don't ignore it. The whisker was ever notice your cat eats from the center of the bowl and leaves the edges untouched. Then meows like they're still hungry. It might be whisker fatigue. Their whiskers are super sensitive, like fingertips. When those long hairs touch the sides of a deep bowl, it sends too many signals to their brain. It's uncomfortable. So they stop eating. Even if food is left, try a shallow, wide dish instead. Less stress on the whiskers means more eating and fewer food tantrums.